George Keter is a recipient of the Lifetime Co-operative Achievement Award. George's credit union career began in 1978 when he joined BC Credit Union. He continued to work in the credit union system in BC and Manitoba, and in 1999, he became CEO of Saskatchewan Credit Union, which, through a series of mergers, became Affinity Credit Union in 2008.
I was approached by an executive recruiter to apply for the position of CEO at what was then Saskatchewan Credit Union. A defining moment for me in the interview process with the board was that I was asked two questions that I had never been asked ever before. What was there in my background that would give me sensitivity and understanding of the problems of poverty? And the other was, what was my understanding in the position of First Nations people? The overall effect was, I understood that my mission as CEO was not just about managing an effective financial institution.
Once the credit union had merged to become Affinity Credit Union, George recognized that they now had a provincial network which needed a governance structure that would maintain its grassroots focus. Building on Affinity's new governance structure, input and cooperation from the First Nations community was gathered in order to create a First Nations district. George led the development and implementations of a First Nations business strategy at Affinity to make financial services more accessible to First Nations communities.
The First Nations vision and business strategy that I had was simple and kind of embryonic. It was based around the idea of building bridges. We're going to be better off if everybody would understand each other better, get to know each other better. There's the mainstream society and there's First Nations, and there aren't enough linkages. There isn't enough integration and coming together. The First Nations district provided a method of bringing the communities together. My approach to leadership in a cooperative setting was conditioned by my early experience in meeting the first generation of credit union leaders. Their self-confidence and their sense of belief in the power of the cooperative model was tangible. And they had produced this great initiative that we're still living and working with today. They were confident that the cooperative model and cooperative governance and the values around that, that working together with good values and to good community objectives was a way that you could succeed in doing things that all the experts said would never be able to do.
Under George's leadership, Affinity Credit Union focused on community development, creating innovative programs to maintain and strengthen the credit union's connection to local communities.
One of the defining values and characteristics historically of cooperatives is their emphasis on community development. When you trace back cooperative roots, which go back hundreds of years in one form or another, community development is always part of it. It's who we are. Co-op models are in sync with the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights, so that to be a cooperator is to be on the right side of history.
George has demonstrated his lifelong passion and commitment to making a difference in our community by volunteering his time and expertise on a number of boards. George has remained committed to the promotion of cooperative values, principles, and the co-op model throughout his career.
Many of the understandings and insights that I have about life came from people that I met in the cooperative system. I would like to take the opportunity to thank all the cooperators that I met in Saskatchewan, who were very courteous and decent people, and I found it a good experience. Here we are part of a cooperative system that builds international bridges and exchanges, and I would just encourage the co-op movement to keep doing that. Keep on reaching out internationally, bring people here, go visit there, create relationships. That's what the world always needs, and the cooperative system is so expert at doing and providing.
In recognition of his many contributions to the cooperative sector and his community, in 2016, we are pleased to present George Keter with a Lifetime Co-operative Achievement Award.